Hi everybody, so today we're going to be looking at how to create your very own cash flow forecast. If you're not sure what a cash flow forecast is and why it's so important, please check out my previous video, which is on cash flow forecast as a part of our financial analysis tools series of videos. So we're going to get started. I've got 7 simple steps here for you in how you're going to create your cash flow forecast. And the first thing you want to do is choose your timeline. As I explained in the previous video, I prefer to use a monthly timeline. I think it's really useful for if you're in the planning stages and you're doing a cash flow forecast for the next 6, 12, 18, 24 months, however you want to do it, and you just type in your dates there. Hover your mouse over the corner, the bottom right hand corner of the cell, and then drag it along, and that populates those fields for you. And you can keep going as long as you want, and it makes it so much easier. You don't have to type everything. If you did prefer to do one that was a weekly one, you can just go ahead and use your formulas. So you type in the first date and then you add 7 to that previous date that you did, and then you drag it along and it adds every week for you as long as however long you want it to go on for. So the first thing to do is to choose your timeline. The next thing, you're going to want a line for your opening balance, and then you're going to want to list your income. So leave that as it is for now. We're going to come back and put the formulas in there very shortly. You're going to list your incomes down here. So that will be things like sales revenue. You might receive interest, investment, or other income. And then you're going to total your income. And again, we're going to put some formulas in there. So leave that blank for now. Then you're going to want to list your expenses. So those are going to be things like your purchases, your stationery, any bills you might have, water, phone, marketing, advertising, anything like that. List them down there, and then go with total expenses as well. And we're going to use a basic sum formula for that. And then the last thing you need is your closing balance. Okay, so this is how you're going to lay it out. So let's just say, for example, we're starting the business off with £100 that is in the bank at the moment. And then you're going to list your income, like I said. So you're going to have your sales, for example, and we're going to make in February £100 worth of sales, March, April. And it's easier to go along the months with each line of data that you're putting in. So put all the sales in for the next however many months that you're doing it for the next 12 months or whatever, for example, okay? So that will be based on your data, your research, orders that you've already received, your marketing activities that you're going to do, and how that's going to improve your sales, and how you're just going to keep the income going up and up as time goes on, and what levels you want to reach. So populate those fields there with the data that you want. Total income, the sum for that, the formula for that, if you're not familiar with formulas, this is a really, really simple one. You're going to put equals, and if you follow along with me up here in the formula bar, sum, SUM, and open brackets, and then you're going to highlight the cells that will hold the data for your income. So the different types of income that you're going to do. Close those brackets and hit enter. And once again, if you click in that cell and you hover over that bottom right corner and drag that along, it will automatically add up all of the data in those fields there. So if, for example, I had investment in there and I had another 300, that automatically changes right here to 600, but we'll get rid of that for now. And then you do the exact same thing with your expenses. So purchases, let's say, we just make some figures up here, and stationery, there you go. And you do exactly the same thing, equals, sum, open brackets, highlight the lines of data with your purchases or your expenses in them, close those brackets and hit enter, and then drag along with that little plus symbol there all the way along all of the lines of your data. The last line that you need to fill out with some formulas is the closing balance. The closing balance is calculated in the following way. You go equals, click on the opening balance figure, plus total income, minus total expenses and hit enter. And then once again, drag that along really nicely. Go back up into your opening balance, just hit equals, and then hit the closing balance figure of the previous month. So in this case, we're in opening balance for February is the closing balance of January, and hit enter there. And then once again, just drag that along there. And that is the basic layout of your cash flow forecast. That's how it's going to look. Okay. How do we use this here format to make a visual data representation of what we've got? Really simple. Click and hold on the closing balance figures, hit Control and hold it down, and then click and drag your mouse along the dates or the weeks or whatever it is that your timeline is that you're using. And once you've got both of those highlighted, you can just go to Insert, select a line graph, and there you go. It puts it in for you. You can format that however you like, add a title to it, play around with the fonts and the colors and the backgrounds and the styles and all sorts of things. You can change the chart types along the top to whatever you fancy. So many different options there. But that's a really quick video for you that explains to you exactly how you create your cash flow forecast. Now, please remember, the most important things there is you need to make sure your cash flow forecast has the following elements: the opening balance and a closing balance, and income and expenses. That's what it's for. So it's tracking the money that's coming into your business and the money that you're spending, and then you can monitor how your cash flow is going over a period of time. So I really hope you found that useful. Thank you so much for watching. And if you stick with me for a little bit, the next video is going to show you how to use your cash flow forecast and what all of the data means. So thank you so much. I'll see you later. Bye.